Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here, right back at it with Red Alert Team Lead. This time around, oh boy, do we have ourselves a matchup here. We've got the Dark Ringmaster, aka Orb. So an Orb is technically a ring, I guess. Teaming up with Blackened, so some top tier Masters players against some more top tier Masters players in Unano and Upps. So bring it on, I say. This is already, I guess, a strong contender for finals matchup, but nope, it's just the preliminary rounds. So this tournament has indeed been stacked. So we're going over the faction picks first. This is going to be Germany for Blackened. And the Dark Ringmaster Orb is going for his classic Russia. So Tesla tank rush anybody. And the wildcard faction here is Unano with his traditional Ukraine, because I've seen him use parabombs a lot throughout the history of OpenRA, and Ultralord aka Upps going for the Frenchies. So I really love seeing those mixed couples. I'm really enjoying seeing Allies plus Soviets because it just opens up so many possibilities. Like an APC Ranger combo, or let's say a light tank rush backed up with an APC drop. You've got so many options here. Or some cheeky Grenadier played with a Ranger. It's very cost efficient sometimes, because one single Grenadier. Oh, Upps is probably going to sniff out. Yep. No. Did he not? Oh my goodness, he did not notice that. He took a pot shot at the Engineer, but Engineer ultimately gets away. This is super lucky for Blackened. This could have been it. This could have been such a good start for the northernmost team. We've got a flag track out for Orb, who has gone for a War Factory rush, a bit greedy here. But at the same vein, I like the idea because, yeah, as stated previously, it just opens up so many different build varieties. While the early game is on the way, let's talk about the map first, Oh yeah, NG gets patched up as well. This is Crossroads. Pretty cool map, pretty wide. The first engagement here is being won by Blackened, who's got a very compact formation. Is also going to not only get the engineer, but also a medic to boot. A pretty good start for Team 1. In the southern perimeter here. Oh, here's the Grenadier. Got some damage onto the... I don't know. Didn't do enough damage to kick him into low power. Alright, while the early game is on the way, oh my goodness, this is going to be field day full of light truck. Not if the light tank has anything to say about it, so he's not going for it just yet. There is going to be a lot of fire onto the comm center. Comm center is now nicely being taken by Unano, who should put his forces into the middle, because he really wants to secure that center as well. It's not enough to just hold it, my friend. Oh, we've got a double light tank play already, but that's mirrored by the build of Upps, who's going double light tank as well. I think this is just going to be light tank spam all the way to the bank, is it? There is the MCV from Upps moving forward just a little, so he's trying to claim his expansion. And, ooh, it's going to hit a nasty timing. There's going to be a little bit of a push, and it's hitting all the rockets. All the rockets have been eliminated from the equation here. Okay, this is going to be a wonky engagement. So far, oh my goodness, 4 flag trucks being pushed back by a single light. Yep, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Very well played from Upps, who has managed to hold position and basically trade relatively cost effectively here. If he can get his hands onto this little pocket army here, he's gonna be in a great spot. Also, there is no rockets because they just all got sniped. So that's pretty good. Oh no, it does escape though. And with the armies converging into one big push, this is going to be a big advantage for team number 1. What a wonky game, I've gotta say. Oh, in comes another drop. No, that's not a drop. That's just a fake out. It's probably meant to chase them off. Yep. This is a little going on a wild goose chase. This is such a good troll here. I love this play from Unano, who's by the way opted into a color scheme that is just absolutely horrendous because it's so similar to Orb. It's got a bit more yellowish. It's like mustard yellow, probably. Don't quote me on that, you know, as per usual. Should be my family motto. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. While this wacky early game is going away, let's talk a little bit over real life. It's been very busy, despite being the holidays. I'm writing my second master's thesis, but we found space, or we found time in our calendar to go on a 1 week holiday. And so what happened was we had a great time in Italy, and then, oh, this is going to be lining up the crush. Way too compact of a formation. Okay, what about the APC? Can it connect? Oh, decent value here. Not the worst of trades, but at the end of the day, ultimately, kiting back with just one tank remaining. Thinking better of it. Not being blown up by the oil derrick here. But we went back in an overnight trip via Switzerland. And this is where shit hit the fan. Because, as you know, Switzerland is notorious for being expensive. And for being kind of not really a tourist trap even, but just a trap overall. You know. And just this one trip cost us almost as much as our entire stay in the hotel in Italy. We just passing through the country. We had to purchase not only oh, there goes the engagement. Pretty good so far, really good formation from Unano, really compact, putting the tanks up front and trying to push through. I think that's a bit too ambitious. Yeah, no, this is not meant to happen. Not only did I have to purchase a toll pass, I had to pay like 5 extra different toll fees separately. Then we went to a cafe, or just a roadside restaurant, and unknowingly, I just got a salad. Literally just a salad and sausages. And it netted me because the salad was the salad pricing was by weight. And it was literally just you know, some carrots, some red beetroot, some leafy green salad, some lettuce, like 500 grams. And that altogether cost me 80 euros. I shit you not, 80 euros. Okay, here is another push. Massive incursion onto the expansion lines, and yeah, Blackened not breaking through here. But on the other side of the map, we've seen a lot of army being led by Unano. So anyway, and then on top of that, it was really late. We were running back home late at night, and the car ride, you know, during the car ride we went through a tunnel. There was a speed limit of 80 kilometers per hour, and I went 93, I believe. So how much did that cost me? 252 euros. So altogether, just that little excursion to Switzerland, a little trip back, cost us around, roughly, I'd say 500 euros. I was just flabbergasted, so that's our most memorable part of the holidays here, I guess. But it was otherwise a very good time. Kite back. Right, story time has to come to a closure here because we are seeing another engagement. There is an artillery, so tech advantage definitely in the court of Upps, who is going to make use of his helicopters for now, and he does have good micro to back that up. But Orb has such a scary army. He's still playing his death ball. Tanya though. Where is she? Oh, Upps with the Tanya. There is going to be some artillery shelling going on though. Yeah, thank you, good sir. Give it to me. There she is. There is no air force whatsoever to speak of here, and that is going to be a cost-efficient Tanya. There's the finally disposing of her. Oops. Oh, he got away. Got away with it too. That's just an anti-air gun. Rip. But yeah, still alive, and there is going to be a mobile radar jammer coming in. This is not the worst idea here. Lots of rockets, so helps a lot against the rocket fire, just deflecting them. Yeah, Upps should just stop feeding them in. They're very vulnerable to tank fire. Tanya's back. Is there another yak to dive bomb her? Yeah, there is. There absolutely is, and she is operating in full line of sight. I don't know if that's a good call. For now, it's working. She's chasing the armies off. Man, Tanya going on a rampage already. Yeah. Helicopters trying to chip into the badge. Okay. First yak got shot out of the skies. He needs to connect with the second strafe. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That was a crash and a half. We are seeing absolute obliteration of the army. Oh, oops. Your helicopter micro. Bit lackluster this time round. Oh, don't fight into this mass, into this blob of rockets. So far, it's just been armies being traded, though. And the tug of war at the base is still going on. Tanya's back. Turret v turret. Tanya disposing of those guys quickly. Oh, nowhere to dodge. Friendly fire from the artillery is finishing her off. Rip. That is just unfortunate. No defenses for now. Where did Upps' infantry block go? Just melted to the yak. And this is going to be a dead tech center. I feel like Blackened is making some inroads here. Yep, there is tier 3. There goes your tech advantage, my friend. Yeah, I did lose it in the engagement previously. Still not over. There's mammoth tanks out for Unano, but Tesla tech is en route. Or obviously has opted for a Tesla tank. Not for a rush, but for a Tesla play anyway. This army is just hopelessly outmatched. Yeah, the one mammoth won't save you for very long. Tesla also just chipping in some damage from the side. We are seeing a base war. A fierce one at that. This time around, the artillerists from Upps are very well protected. There is an anti-air gun, and oh no! Ooh, that is terrible positioning. Tanya from Blackened free firing. Okay, oh, low power, that is such a crucial timing. It was just for a brief moment, but that was enough to snipe Tanya without losing all the helicopters. North end, we are seeing another mammoth tank. Okay, kiting back, getting some missiles in. That was not half bad. Another army from Blackened trying to make inroads. Man, this is a fierce game. What a savage line of play. What's the line? Your feeling of helplessness is your best friend, savage. Copyright. Frank Lepak, you know it. I think he sampled it from somewhere. Okay, lots of gems being harvested here. Tanya's back. Oh, the anti-air gun and the helicopters pushed each other into vision range. Not again. Oh, oops. Not like this. Not like this, my friend. There is a desperate Iron Curtain for the hold, but such a massive army out for Orb. I can't see this lasting any much longer. Did Flame get nerfed against heavy armor? No. Flames have always been pretty bad against heavy armor. No. That used to be a thing already. Tanya is in a great spot here, and I think Upps has not rebuilt his tech center. So right now it's just Unano on this side with the tech, and his econ is being raided. There is just, you know, sometimes you just don't need fancy tech, sometimes you just need a handful of boots on the ground, and that's all she wrote. 3 harvesters down. Man. Unano's attack plane giving some good line of sight, but it's not enough. On the southern perimeter, there goes the Tesla ball, and they can start kiting to their heart's content. Oh, in goes the GG push as well. My goodness, the yaks are getting so much value here. Zap time. I love it. Yep, this is just an A move away from being game over. Let's be real here. This is about it. This pain train terminates here. These Yak crashes not as good as the ones that Orb just mustered. Okay, so that is a 1-0. Fantastic game number 1. We're gonna be back in just a hot second with game number 2. See you briefly, momentarily.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
And for game number 2, we're finding ourselves on Fresh Rain. We have casted this map before. In the other team game, I really like the map layout. I like that these are interconnected passages. It looks like separate islands, but it's actually not. You just need to deploy an engineer on one of these islands and they can island hop. So, just a little shoreline, I guess. Alrighty, so, Upps again is France. Ooh, double allies. This makes sense on a naval map. Let's just say, naval balance got overhauled, but it still, for now, is heavily skewing in favor of the allies, because unlike the Soviets, it's just conceptually by design. No matter how strong you make Soviet Navy, you could have them outclass Allied Navy 10-1, but at the end of the day, submarines do just one thing and one thing only. They deny the enemy access to water. They do not have any benefit for the player. They do not provide benefits for the attacking player or for the winning player, because they simply do just deny. They do not harass ore mines. Okay, really good micro from the dog here. Blackened trying to find his way into the engineer. The engineer lines, find a little snack. Yep, being pushed back. Oh, dog goes down regardless. But that should be enough to secure the position. And as it is, that is Blackened taking the derrick, so good hustle here already. And yeah, Allied Navy on the other hand just has benefits. Allied Navy actually does stuff. Yo, you don't want to stick around too much, honestly. So gunboats have been reworked to shoot a lot less frequently, but the damage has been up. And apparently it's good enough to kill all derricks in a reasonable time frame. So pretty good. Also allows him now to go for a transport and go for the comm center and double derricks. So I really like this build here. It's already building it. No, that's just gunboats. That is gunboat harassment galore. Okay. Taking out all the oil derricks by Unano. This map is perfect for doubling someone you have, because you're very binary in your reaction. If you have your army on one side, your opponent cannot react in time at all. So, yeah, the Allied Navy is just a utility tool that allows you to deny ore mines, harass armies, and at the end of the day, in OpenRA, there is nothing to be gained from controlling the water, because there are no water mines, unlike in Red Alert 3. In RA3 honestly makes sense, but in RA1, not so much. Neither does in RA2, because there is no naval mines there either. Okay, that's gonna be the gunboats deterred, but they still are just gonna be super annoying. They're gonna be a nuisance, trying to take some pot shots at structures, some pot shots at the harvesters. It just adds up. They don't cost much, it's 500. And if you've reached the mid-tier, you can back them up with destroyers, then you've got a very self-sustainable army. Because then all of a sudden, you've got anti-air, you've got anti-armor. You don't have anti-infantry, that's not what boats do. But hey, can't get all that you want. There's a push from Blackened, but this is going to be met with overwhelming forces. Yeah, that's a rout. I don't know what that was all about. Bit ambitious here. Very good hold from Unano, who is now leading the combat statistics by a landslide. Like more than triple of the other players combined after this engagement. Solid. And oh, the transport got increased in size to match the fact that it can carry vehicles. That makes sense. That does just make sense, does it? On the other side, we're seeing a lot of emerging infantry. Okay, Orb is capturing the derrick right under the nose of Unano. Yo, Unano, you should maybe... no. Okay, here goes the double teaming that the chat was talking about. Orb somehow managed to claim this, that's pretty funny. Not gonna lie. And Unano is trying to take out the oil derrick while the gunboats are doing their best. Doing their best Nerf gun impressions on those rifles. Seems like a fast GG. Yeah, this may be the case. It's not looking good for Orb and Blackened right now, because they also went for super greedy builds to boot. Too bad Red seems to have guessed no, he has scouted it. This has been seen, one of the rifles died. So, gunboats are out on another adventure, but there is, crucially, rocket soldiers being positioned by Upps, who should be aware of that fact. Okay, in goes the cavalry. There is not much of a front line here. I don't know if that's a good call. Even with the double armies, just these field defenses were enough to hold. Not enough army mass just yet. Okay, the gunboats, at least 2 of them got destroyed. And the last one surviving for now, not doing much of anything. Orb has gotten his MCV out, so he's gone for a super greed build. Again, 1 war factory, into engineer, into service depot, into an expansion. Very greedy, but you can get away with it, especially in a team game. And here we've got Unano basically doing the opposite. Yo, light tanks, they just eat gunboats for breakfast. I don't think gunboats outranged them either, so pretty bad matchup. Upps does have a service depot, but Unano is going for mass. He's just going absolute bulking up his army here and trying to find an angle. Alright, Orb even repairing his gunboat, it seems. Yep. Is he going for destroyers? I honestly would not hate destroyer tech. There is going to be a radar out for Upps, who's got the first, it's basically the first mover's advantage. And Blackened moved out his MCV as well, going super econ route, but no tech to speak of just yet. And with that massive army weight, there was a ping from Blackened. Oh. There is going to be a base push, a little base tug of war. Let's see how is this gonna fare. For now, pretty good for the northern team. Double armies are out though, and they're deciding. Ooh, that was a nice blanket hit. They're deciding not to pursue any further. This is going to be the construction yard under fire. Oh no, Unano! You had one job. You could have easily just unpacked and moved back a little. That was Unano. Oh, completely fumbling it. He's got a second MCV here. Is that the original one? Yes, it is. Build queue has not been started just yet. You need to win this push here. You need to win this push, otherwise you're gonna get pushed out of your recon. On the other side, we're seeing Upps now losing to the army of Blackened. Never a good sign here. Yikes. Redemption. Okay. Man, the Radadome tech has not yet kicked in. There's a... Oh god, that's a Tanya rush, is it? Yep. 10 seconds till Tanya, but she's emerging from a very, very contested position. She is just gonna die. Oh, okay. You rerouted her. That's good. That was quick thinking. I like that. Okay, Tanya is alive. Service depot is gonna go down though, as well as the entire expansion here. Man. Okay, Tanya is gonna get some good value. Triple heavies are taking her on the siege. She's being pushed into the into the infantry as well. The push here spelling her demise. Man, it ain't looking good anymore. It was a very good early game for Upps and Unano, but with their mid to late game prowess and experience, I think Blackened and Orb have just found the angles. So it's not looking good anymore. Tech center is going down. There is not going to be another Tanya out. Yeah, Upps has already lost all of his tech. Looks like GG already. It does. It certainly does. Okay, the tank run by from Orb has somehow been spotted, but still, Unano, you need to make sure you don't lose your conyard willy-nilly. Just undeploy. Oh no! Even if he had lost the undeployed MCV, he could easily just have built an engineer. That is just honestly a rookie mistake, I feel. For such a veteran player, that is weird. Weird to do. Maybe he was distracted, maybe he didn't have the APM right there. But just a crucial mistake this time around. They can't keep doing this. No, they can't. Man, what are we on in terms of assets? Upps has nothing left. He's got one artillery out before the Radadome went down. Alright, so that's something. He's got one tank here. That is back from being repaired. 7 harvests for all players across the board, so Econ still not wiped clean, I guess. Unano rebuilding no, sorry. Upps rebuilding a Radadome, and Unano going Radadome as well. I'm not sure I'm liking this, because then all of a sudden you've got a lot of artillery, you've got a lot of frail units, and you don't have any heavy armor on the ground. And you're just gonna get overrun by an opponent who has been on tier 1.5 for a very long time. Plus, you can't expand with this. Or, yeah. Blackened's rocket soldiers being sniped out, but that's not really the assignment, I guess. Orb has gotten another solid tank army out. To be fair, Unano has held his ground. He has fared a bit better than I'm giving credit for, but he crucially doesn't have an expansion anymore. Artillery can now start getting good hits in. Okay. That's something, I guess. That's gonna be a little redemption arc for Upps. Otherwise doesn't have much going for him. Man, the flame tower. Melee range. Here's the big engagement, but once again, there is going to be a massive army for Orb, and they are eating those tanks for breakfast. Only 3 remaining. He killed 1 ore refinery, but guess what? The next one is just waiting. An ambush. Down goes. Oh, whoa! Helicopter. The missile didn't track far enough. Now it's down. Man. Upps not valuing the lives and education of his helicopter pilots as much as he should, to be honest. Heavies versus light tanks, that feels a bit like a skewed matchup. Here comes the destroyer, and here comes the first missile sub we've seen in a long, long time. Okay, missiles got sped up massively. Damage, I feel, got decreased a little. Do they still have anti-air? We're gonna find out. I think the damage just got a bit more consistent. I think that's the general idea. Okay, destroyer missiles look different in terms of the trails, but I'm not sure if that's just my perception. And in goes the missile sub once more. Alright, just doing some chip damage here. The army's being traded off. Once again, we're seeing the Conyard of Upps under siege. He can hold for now, but he cannot stop the naval gameplay. The naval gameplay is happening, my friends. It is about time. Orbit's got such a massive, massive army out. He just has them on defensive duty. He doesn't need to do much of anything special. Huh. It's just, I'm just curious to see how far they get changed. Okay, so the anti-infantry firepower as good as always, and I feel like the just the speed change on the missiles is really helpful. Okay, there's an engineer out trying to capture the husk. Hopefully he's gonna get it. Looks like it for now. Okay. Upps has retained his MCV, that's big. Should now go ahead and sell off his service depot. Nope. Ain't happening. There are longbows out, and there is the cruiser I've been waiting for. Hell yeah, we're gonna see some. Oh, the spy lock as well, I missed it. Oh no. Once again, it's up to Unano. Unano, good luck. Going for a white front, he's gonna do some damage here. Not gonna lie, it's gonna be a good time. There has been a Tanya produced somewhere. Guess that must be Blackened's Tanya. Oh wait, Blackened is Soviets. So it is going to be Orb's Tanya then. or Team 1 has somehow reputed a tech center. Huh. Peculiar. No Tanya that I could spot anywhere on the map. I heard the laugh. Okay, here's the big engagement, and it's going to be won by Orb, because he's got line of sight advantage, he's also got the defenders popping up, and he's got tank superiority. So, easy cleanup achieved, and the Eco Lines have not been raided. Oh, there she is, never mind. That's just Unano Tanya standing there. Huh? What was the idea here? Like, that was your one shot. Okay, missile subs just doing some damage. I feel like the damage against structures has been nerfed a bit because it used to be very, very bursty. Cruiser damage, on the other hand, yeah, as good as always. Doesn't feel like they've been changed all too much. Tech Center is probably going to be the next target of the cruiser. Somebody's cruising for a bruising. Missile subs, I'm curious to see how they got changed. Or curious to learn. I'll have to ask Blackened personally. Okay. Unano's Tanya going ham. Oh, there's a Tanya standoff. He's microing his heart out. Trying to get her into position to chip away. While at the same rate not losing her. It's gonna be real tough. His Tanya micro has so far been really good, but it doesn't really change the tide of bang things on. Oh! Whew! Close, didn't get the crush. Maybe those 6 other tanks are going to do the job. I've heard from Iron Curtain, and that is a curtain called. Yep. First Iron Curtain on a medium tank for an Orb. Curtain falling, curtain being called in favor of team number 2 here in the Southern Front. Yeah, that was a very, very fun game because we've seen a lot of different tech. We've also seen the cruises for the first time in probably 3 years. Hey, it counts. It's a good hustle. That was a really, really good game, and with that, Blackened and Orb are going to be advancing into the final brackets, and we're going to be covering that extensively. So, Naval gameplay is looking good thus far. Missile subs still have some question marks around them, I feel. They still feel a bit underbaked because I don't know if they got a price change, but they used to cost just as much as a cruiser. Almost as much. And they're certainly not having the same punch, not packing the same heat. Right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time with some more team game action. 5 aces. Out.
Battle control terminated.